Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
The family of a man fatally shot by police wants more than just answers. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7 tonight. I'm Lena Bleetz. Starting with your business update, brought to you by G-Bank, your best banking experience ever. Workers at Virgin Hotels remain on strike for a fourth straight day with no negotiations scheduled between Culinary Local 226 members and the hotel as of this morning. The union members walked off the job on Friday after negotiators couldn't reach a tentative agreement for a new 5-year contract for its roughly 700 members at Virgin. But while the picketing continues just days ahead of the Las Vegas Grand Prix, Virgin said it had 660 people apply for the job openings created by the strike over the weekend. Now to top stories sponsored by Nevada Hand Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. Family members of 43-year-old Brandon Durham, a man fatally shot by a Metro police officer, are calling for the officer's arrest. Durham called 911 last week to report a home invasion. Police arrived to find Durham and a woman struggling over a knife. Metro says after commands to drop the knife, Officer Alexander Bookman shot Durham 6 times. The woman, Alejandra Bourdreau, is facing charges but refused to appear in court this morning. A judge appointed her a public defender and rescheduled her hearing for next week. Meanwhile, nearly 24 of Durham's family members were at the hearing, wearing shirts with phrases including, quote, "Justice for Brandon" and #HelpMe.
He was clearly the victim, and we believe the statements released by the Metro PD were not only irresponsible, but intentionally designed to absolve Officer Alexander Bookman for his misuse of force. We believe Alexander Bookman should have been terminated by the Metro PD and not protected as he has been so far.
In your health news, brought to you by Centerwell Senior Primary Care. Discover primary care focused on you. We're hearing tonight from a Las Vegas woman's attorney. She's suing Pfizer, claiming a birth control shot caused her to suffer from brain tumors. The suit filed Thursday in U.S. District Court claims the woman developed tumors after using the contraceptive injection Depo-Provera, or the Depo shot. Pfizer and some generic pharmaceutical manufacturers are named in the suit filed by Demopolis Law Firm and Eaglet Law Group. It says the companies failed to warn consumers of the risk associated with Depo-Provera and seeks damages in excess of $75,000.
The complaint alleges that the defendants failed to adequately warn patients that Depo-Provera would increase their risk by 555% of developing a type of brain tumor called intracranial meningioma.
Attorney Robert Eaglet said that, quote, "Women trust pharmaceutical companies, and if that trust is broken, we are here to help them seek justice." Pfizer did not return a message seeking comment. A deadly summer in Las Vegas with at least 402 people dying from heat-related illness. While the count is above 400, the numbers from the coroner's office won't be final for months. And more than 4,000 people were treated in Nevada's emergency rooms, close to a 42% increase from 1 year ago. Authorities are focusing on ways to lower that number in the future. LVRJ environmental reporter Alan Halali explains.
Trees are a really important part of that equation as well, in addition to some of those short-term things we see, such as cooling centers, and maybe thinking about a more centralized heat response in Clark County.
The Las Vegas Review-Journal is publishing a 3-part series on this issue, introducing you to families who never thought heat-related death could impact them. To read their emotional stories, visit lvrj.com. In weather, sponsored by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing. Tonight will cool down to an overnight low of 40 as more clouds roll in for the rest of the week. We'll reach a high of nearly 60 on Tuesday and dipping into the 30s tomorrow night. We'll see 60s for highs and 40s for lows most of the week. Formula One race weekend kicks off Thursday with the big race set for Saturday night with a high of 70 and low of 51. There's no rain in the forecast for the duration of F1. Look for highs in the 60s and lows in the 40s to start next week.
Now for a sports update brought to you by PT's Taverns. With over 65 locations, there's a PT's near you. Visit ptstaverns.com. The Golden Knights losing 2 straight games at home after dropping Sunday's contest to the Washington Capitals. And that loss saw a prime revenge story for Caps goaltender Logan Thompson, who was traded by Vegas back in June. Thompson's win in his return to T-Mobile Arena gives he and his Capitals a perfect season series sweep against Vegas this year after LT picked up his first win of the season in his first start against Vegas earlier on this season. Vegas Station brought to you by Station Casinos STN Sports. Download the app today. Raiders rookie offensive lineman Jackson Powers Johnson is settling into his move to center on the line, and head coach Antonio Pierce thinks he's developing quite nicely.
He's done a really good job. His energy, his presence, his physicality you see throughout the game. High effort, very smart football player. And when he's controlling the line of scrimmage as being a center making the calls, you see his personality come out more and more, and that's where you see those leaderships from a young player to start to stand out. And I think that's really good for our team.
Sports betting brought to you by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. The Detroit Lions have replaced the Kansas City Chiefs as a consensus plus 350 favorites to win the Super Bowl after they destroyed the Jacksonville Jaguars 52-6 on Sunday, and the Chiefs suffered their first loss of the season to the Bills in a 30-21 defeat. Kansas City is now the consensus plus 450 second choice to win in its third straight Super Bowl title, and Buffalo is a 6-1 third pick. The Philadelphia Eagles are 7-1, and the Baltimore Ravens are 8-1 to win it all.
In your lifestyle news, brought to you by LV Craft Shows, has been bringing you the finest craft and gift shows since 1999. Visit lvcraftshows.com for our upcoming events. 2 foods smashed together in the latest restaurant opening in Las Vegas. The family-owned Smash and Slice features smash burgers and grandma-style pizza. It just opened on Maryland Parkway near Silverado Ranch Boulevard. You can get single, double, and triple smash burgers and 5 different styles of grandma's pizza. The restaurant says it wants to make Vegas, quote, taste like family. Now for entertainment, sponsored by Arizona Charlie's with live entertainment every weekend at both locations. Go to ArizonaCharlies.com to see who's playing. As they say, the show must go on, except during F1 race week. LVRJ entertainment columnist John Katzlamidas talks about some of the shows going dark as the Las Vegas Grand Prix hits the strip at full speed.
F1 is cutting into entertainment business in the entertainment capital of the world. This means that Adele is the only major headliner doing business at all this weekend as she closes Weekends with Adele. Spiegelworld is shutting down Atomic Saloon Show and Disco Show, and such headliners as Carrot Top, Penn and Teller, Terry Fader, Mac King, and Shin Lim are all going dark this weekend. As Menopause, the musical producer Alan Gliss said after taking his show down, "It sucks."
Thanks for watching 7 at 7 tonight. Watch 7 at 7 twice a day, Monday through Friday, and search Review Journal to follow us on your favorite streaming platform. See you tomorrow morning for more 7 at 7.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.